This week on Not Your Average Fangirls.
Like, I kept looking at Win-Win. I was just like, no thoughts, head empty. Like, that,
that poor baby. It was just like, okay.
Yeah. He's just like, I don't know what's happening, but I am here. I'm having a good time.
We are finally back from KCON and ready to talk about it. From crying over Taemin, freaking out over photo cards, and losing our minds at the concerts, here's everything we did at KCON 2023. Check it out.
What's up, you guys? Excuse my voice. You know, KCON happened, and then I went straight back to work, and, like, I don't sleep. So, like, hey, it's your girl. We're back with another week of K-pop-ness. Listen, it's been rough out here, y'all. KCON. Yep. Okay.
Yay!
Hey guys, it's Cynthia. I did not get to attend KCON for
Boo, tomato.
a series of unfortunate events, but I am here ready to hear all about the stories. I am unmedicated and tired, but I'm present.
Amazing. Hello everyone, it's Terica. I am also super tired, but I got up this morning and I've been up since like 5 because I caught
wild.
Actually, no, 4:45.
Oh my god!
Because
back to her old ways.
I woke up I woke up in a cold sweat. I had a dream, and then I was like, "Oh my god, it's NCT Nation!" So I was up, and my cats were eating, and I was watching NCT Nation. Then I went back to sleep for an hour afterwards, and then I got up and I went on a walk this morning, and I got a pumpkin spice cold brew. And
wow.
Yeah, and then I get on Twitter and I'm just like, oh my god, 127 is coming back on October 6th. I've had a really good morning. So which is fitting for
Wait, they're touring?
No, their comeback is on the 6th of October.
I was just like, hold on, what you mean October 6th? That's the other.
No,
that's
they
like
will probably tour like after the comeback, but October 6th is when their new album comes out. But yeah, I mean, I had a pretty shitty Friday, so I'm happy that I'm having a good morning. But KCON, I got to go to 2 days of KCON, and it was amazing. I'm excited.
And hello, everybody. This is Carolina. My voice is still recovering from KCON. I just want y'all to know that one of the best videos I ever took is already posted on our Instagram. And it's just me screeching So Chanbin. Like, it's amazing. I freaking love it. It's so good. Like, I'm still reeling in from KCON because that weekend was magical. I still don't know how we do it every year. I'm just like, yeah, we're living off of a granola bar, 3 pieces of gum.
And a dream.
Honestly, though, if you ever thinking about going to KCON, please be prepared because you're going to have the time of your life, but you're going to be dead. Like especially if you're traveling, when you step off that plane or that bus or that car, if you drove and you get home, it's like your body knows, like, oh God, we're home, and you're just gonna go. Like the KCON exhaustion is real, but it's so much fun.
Your body is like in survival mode.
Yeah. It's true though, because KCON, there's always so much going on that your adrenaline's like, okay, what do I need to do next? What are we doing next? What are you doing next?
And it's just like you have an itinerary, and then all of a sudden you're walking, and oh my God, your favorite group just walked in front of you.
Then you get distracted.
You're just walking the convention.
Yeah, like your adrenaline is crazy because, you know, KCON don't be putting all the things that they have at KCON in the thing. So like I walked in, right, and there was like a Zero Base One booth, and I was like, all my plans out the window.
It was so funny. We're out here just like taking video, and Kat just comes in. Hold on, because Zero Base One has a booth, and I gotta go.
Yeah, you have to like divide and conquer. It was so funny because Kat's like Zero Base One. And then I was like, wavy, what? And then Carolina was just like, Stray Kids photo cards.
Yeah.
We're like, K break. And like, we'll catch you later.
Scatter.
Literally. Honestly, that photo card adventure for me was wild on there. Like, I literally, so okay. Backstory. So at KCON, they had Superstar, the game. They had a booth where you could like play the game, get some points for like your account for the game itself or whatever. But the best thing was that they were selling photo cards. Like, you know, you had to buy this package on the app, and then you got like, you know, a photo card of the group. So then, obviously that was my goal. I was just like, yep, we're going for this. And I sent it in my group chat. I'm like, yo, y'all, I pulled Changbin. Look at it. It's so pretty. Oh my God, I'm excited. And they were like, so if I send you money, can you go back and, you know, buy me one? I was like, yeah, I have no problem with that. Let me watch Wavy, though. And after Wavy, I went and got photo cards.
Her true calling. Her PC dealer.
Yeah, I'm the photo card dealer. I go back, I buy some more. Now, mind you, then the next day, Saturday, I go back and buy some more, you know. And at that point, the guy judges me. He's just like, oh. And I'm like, oh, indeed. Oh, indeed. Here, yep. And don't judge me. This is not all for me, sir. Okay? Also, you're doing a great job. You're just verifying things, and look at that. Y'all are making so much money.
Yeah. Whoever thought of bringing that to KCON, genius.
Brilliant.
Absolute genius. I think my suggestion for KCON next year is that, like, you literally have a photo card, like, section of the convention where all of the booths where you can get some type of photo card or something, whether you're doing a scavenger hunt or you're buying them, or you're like a trading station, like where people can bring in their stuff and trade. Like, you need photo card central because you will have lots of money made.
It's just so fun. Like, they had so many things, like, related to photo cards, and even KQ was on it because their booth for their 10th anniversary, they were just like, come in at, it was like a random times every day, and you would get, like, you would have to do a quiz about KQ, and then if you get 100, then you get a free, like, photo card. So, of course, you know, we had to go through that. Another booth was also doing, like, a giveaway of photo cards and postcards.
What the fuck are you buying from Switzerland?
Listen, it's a photo card that I've been wanting for forever, and I can't find it, so I have to join a Go from Switzerland. You'll be like, it is what it is.
I'm looking at her Go spreadsheet as she's talking about this, but, like, this is just a side note really quick, but, like, her photo card spreadsheet, beautiful. Honestly, outstanding. Couldn't have done a better job myself. Wow. Even the ones that are done. Wow. Chef's kiss.
It's all color coded. But anyways, yeah. KCON did great because they understood the business. Okay, they understood the assignment with photo cards. Yes. Besides that, I'm glad that the first day we went straight to Wavy because, dear God.
Should we start day by day?
Oh, yeah, that would probably
make
more sense.
Well, day one, that was our first mission. I already told them.
Well,
we
technically
scattered.
it was. Yeah, we scattered everywhere because as soon as I walked in, I saw a man at a photo booth. It says ZB1 Photomatic, and I said, "That's very interesting. What do I have to do to claim this ZB1 Photomatic?" And the line was short, right? Because we got there early, so I was like, interesting. And so the girl, Carolina's filming. She's like, "Ha ha ha! Look at the camera." I'm like, "Yeah, hold on, but wait a minute." I was like, I understand content, right? I get it, but hold on now.
But
like,
I am a KCONer too.
But CB1.
This line is getting bigger, not smaller, so I'm gonna go do that. And then I got free shit on top of it. All I had to do was go from station to station. They're like, "Oh, did you follow us?" I was like, "Oh yeah, here it is, here it is, here it is." And then they give me free things, so I was like, "Beautiful, I love free things."
Love that.
And then they're like, "Okay, you completed all 3 missions." I was like, "I didn't do nothing, but okay." They're like, "You completed all your missions. You can stand in line." I'm standing in line. Everybody around me is like, "Oh my God, this is so exciting! It's my first year at KCON. Oh my God, this is so exciting. KCON's so fun." I'm like, "Oh my God, you're right. You know, it's beautiful. It's brilliant." And I go up to the man that's working the booth, and, you know, he's just sitting there. No one's interacted. Poor man. No one's talking to him. He's like, "Do you want 1 or 2 photos?" They're like, 1 or 2. And then he's like, "Okay, do you want them in cream or mint?" I think was the other color choice. "I'll take mint." Okay. And that's all he's doing, right? He's just standing there and helping people take their pictures. And I was like, "You know what? I'm going to talk to this lovely man." I said, "Hello, sir." We spoke, and I was like, "Oh, is this your first year at KCON?" He's like, "Yeah, this is my first year. It's fun." I was like, "Yeah, how do you like it?" He's like, "So far, so good." I said, "Yeah, it's only day 1."
Like,
in my mind, I was like,
yep, it's only day 1. Like, you'll see the crazy.
And then so he was like, yeah, how about you?" And the girls behind me, she was with her mama, and she was like, "Oh, it's my first year." And the other girls were like, "Oh, it's my first year too." I said, "I've been coming to KCON every year since 2016.
They said, "Oh, a hag."
Looks away.
Right?
I said, "Oh,
you a veteran.
So you must know what you're doing." I said, "Yeah, but yet here I am standing in this line for goddamn CB1 pictures." Girl, I've never felt so aged.
I love it though. Like I love that like so many people
Same.
now are just like going for the first time
Yeah,
and
it's
all
cute.
that, and you're just like seeing the growth and the difference from, you know, we started going 2016 to now. It's insane, really.
It really
I mean,
is.
and even this year for the convention part, like they had like so much security this year. They
Yes.
had like, you know, it was like more organized in that sense. And even the convention, like I like that it was like they had a lot of stuff basically.
I feel like this year I feel like it was more like fan centered booths as
Yeah,
opposed to
yeah.
like random like purchase, like, oh, like you have to like, oh, come buy these earrings or whatever. It's more like, hey, you like to dance, come over here, blah blah blah. Or, hey, you want to play games with your faves, come play this game. Like it was more like interactive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was like saying. And I mean, I know from last year to now, like I think they moved the convention to the smaller room, you know, in the convention center.
Yeah.
But I still think that it worked fine. But I love that KCON stage. I love that they made the stage for the like random dancing too, like a bigger thing. Because I know last year, like people were like camped out there just dancing.
Yeah.
So it's fun to basically see it like every year and what they're gonna do.
I at first I was kind of like, oh, the convention is smaller, like, oh no, that kind of sucks. But then I like, as the like day went on, I kind of saw the vision. Like they had 3 days of concerts this year, because it's like it's kind of like they went back to the drawing board and they're like, what are the things that really draw people here? Obviously the concert. So the concert lineup was really good, and we have 3 days of concerts, which was like absolutely amazing. And then 2, they were like, okay, what like how are they spending their time at these booths, right? Like, are they really going to the random booth that sells like seaweed soap? Like, not really. So let's cut down on like the actual like purchasing. They've already had to pay to be here, so let's have some things they can buy, but how do we make it where they are getting their money's worth of like seeing their faves? So I think it was really cool that they like kind of cut down like the buying part and really focused on like the concerts and like you getting to like interact with your faves, or you getting to like build a community with the people that have a shared interest with you, like through dancing.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, like I understand, I get it, I see it. Like, yeah, Terica, like even though you really liked those soaps last year, you bought that soap and you ran, because as soon as you purchased your soap, like AT's was at McDonald's and you were like sprinting, you were Usain Bolting to McDonald's. So like, also shout out for McDonald's for being my consistent, being my rock, being what got me through the day, because McDonald's don't care how many times you go through that line for them fries and that McFlurry, and McDonald's was my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So thank you so much. Thank you for being there for me.
Though. Like it's just funny. I love that they have that, because what's better than even like putting the fries like in the McFlurry and stuff. Like, oh, I love that. But also, like, if you need a little pick me up in the middle of the convention, you're like, dang, I'm tired, I want a snack, McDonald's got you.
I mean, it's really nice, but I would just like an option for the lactose people. I could maybe get like a sweet tea or like a smoothie without the yogurt, some kind of, because like
that's the only bad part.
Oh, I was tearing the McFlurries up. I'm so sorry.
The fries are great. The McFlurries, I can't do nothing with them.
Me and Tarek are just like, so you want to go get ice cream?
Yeah, me and Carolina. Every time
the third day in the row,
we had a lull. We're like, huh? So our next thing doesn't start till 12 o'clock. You want to go get ice cream?
It's like McDonald's was like the what is it, like your leisure time? You just go over there and get a snack, like intermission.
Instead of going to the bar, they went to McDonald's.
You go to McDonald's. Or I know that the people, like, I only got a chance to get one drink, but I was circling that place. The cafe was cute and it was a good idea this year.
It was cute.
Like, because again, if you are listening, what matcha do you use? Because that matcha was like the perfect amount of grass taste. I was like, oh my God, I love this. It's like I'm sipping on the earth. Like, it was so good. And I would really like to know what brand that you use. And it was cute too, because it was like, childhood friends to lovers, second lead syndrome. Like, you got to pick a little prize.
Oh yeah, because it was the Viki one, right?
Yeah, that was actually very clever. Like, I'm so sorry you were robbed, but that was so smart the way they did that. Like, I picked. You get to,
but see, like the feeling of the prize, like what you got makes sense. Like Kat picked, you know, second lead syndrome. You're always gonna be in pain. be
always gonna
disappointed. Yes. So that's why you only got the little, what was that you got? You got like a little pin?
No, we got stickers.
Like, I felt so bad because she picked second lead syndrome and I picked childhood friends to lovers. Like, that's my whole thing.
Okay,
I'm
so
like,
maybe we should be so at the Vicky booth, right?
Yes,
if
at the
anybody
Vicky
doesn't know what
booth.
Vicky is like a hub for like dramas and everything. If you don't have Vicky, get Vicky because that shit is worth the motherfucking money. Anyway,
Heck yeah.
so there's this Vicky booth, and basically what you do, you can stand in line and get a free bubble tea. Which I mean, me and Katerica, we bubble tea fans, so we were like, let's go in line and get this motherfucking free bubble tea. So we went, we were standing in line for the bubble tea, and basically you have to make choices, right? So when you get there, they're like, okay, these are like tropes in drama. So it's like friends to lovers, enemies to lovers, like all different sorts of stuff, second lead syndrome, blah, 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 blah. And you have to pick one. And based on that, you get a prize in this little cup. And then you go and you get your bubble tea. So
I'm sorry, I'm remembering when y'all came up to me because I was in my photo card business, you know, like, and they came back and Kat was so upset.
she was so sad. I was like, oh, look what I got.
So there was
so
various
bad.
prizes. So there was a bubble tea plushie keychain, and then there was a sticker set, and there was something else. I don't remember what it was. And so there was, I think childhood friends was the one that got the plushies. Enemies to lovers got something else, and then second lead syndrome got some motherfucking stickers. And I am a second lead girly. Like, I love my second lead. So I thought, you know what? Let me justice for my second leads. Maybe because we lose so much in life. When it comes to dramas, they'll give us a win. When it comes to bubble tea, they didn't.
No.
They said no.
Terica opened hers and she was like, oh my God, it's a plushie. I opened mine and I said, it's a motherfucking sticker set. Not only just a sticker set to pour salt onto the wound, it is a sticker set of second leads and the lead girl in their dramas. So
got like what, 4 stickers or something like that?
yes. So I got a sticker set of second leads and I said, this is
That's what you
outrageous.
wanted. That's what you wanted.
That's what you chose. That's the life she chose. Look, I chose childhood friends to lovers. So, of course, like, we have that happy ending. Everything's bubbly and cute. So, I got a bubble tea plushie keychain, and it's so cute. And I was like, oh my God, there's a little keychain inside. This is so cute. What did you get? I just turned over to Kat. She's looking at me. She just closes her top, said, some stickers.
It's still so funny.
And then for the bigger L, we were getting in line for our bubble tea, and the girl's like, which one do you want? And I pointed at one. I don't remember what it was, but it was like a lychee drink. I pointed at it, and she's like, oh, here you go. And she hands me the matcha drink. And I said, okay, well, I guess.
And I went up, and
matcha
she's like, which
today.
one would you like? This one, this one, or this one? I was like, the matcha one. She's like, yeah! And she gives it to me, and I'm like, you got one too. Kat's like, that's not what I wanted. I said, oh.
She took so many L's.
She really did. But
So many
she
L's.
lived up to her trope, though. I mean, that's the path she chose.
At
That's
what
true.
cost?
Like, she's
what
just
counts,
like,
exactly.
this is the life she picked. I don't know what to tell you. I really like that because, you know, the incentive. You give me some free shit. Oh,
If
shout
it's friends
out.
for me.
Literally. What was it? Skin 1004
And Manyo.
Girl,
Manyo.
and Manyo.
bitch.
My God.
Full-size
Listen.
products. They were handing out full-size
Yes.
products. Like, it
Yeah,
was
not travel
Yes.
size.
Like, I'm shook. The way, okay, so Terica went through the Skin 1004 booth first. And it was really cool. Like, you go in and it's like a little like water thing with like mirrors, and we took a little video and stuff. And but Terica went through it, and I see her come out. I'm sorry, no, Kat went through it first, right?
No. Okay, cool. Hold on. Let me. So I was in line.
Was I in
for-
my photo card business? I think
Yeah,
I was.
I was in line for Zero Base 1, right? And I'm chilling with my Olive Young stuff. I'm like, ooh, I'm so excited. I'm going to get a fake photo with Zero Base 1. They ain't even going to be there. But the fact that I'm going to be in a photo and they're going to be in a photo, that's so exciting. So I'm like, oh. And this lady comes over to me and she's like, here, come visit our booth. And I was like, oh, a free bag. Love that. And then it was heavy. And I was like, God damn, what the fuck is that in this bag? And I open it and it's a full-size sunscreen, a full-size travel set of their products, and something else.
yeah.
It was like, full-size stuff. And I was
Full
like,
size.
oh. I was like, I didn't even have to do anything. I didn't have to go over there. I was like, this is the perks of being some of the first people in the thing. Because she was just like, here you go. Come to our booth. And I was like,
And
Like,
then
I will be at that booth.
yeah. And then in the middle of it all, Terica went through it. And then when I saw what it was, I was like, then I'm going to go through it too. So I did. And it was like, because that's a good, that's so good. Like, yeah, you have to like follow them on social, I think. And like, that's it. And
I didn't do anything. She just handed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The lady was so
wow.
nice.
you got the first day,
Yeah,
you know, the first day.
Tell people about our booth.
The
That's
perk.
what you got. Tell
And
them to
I
come sit
did.
in line. And you did. But it was so cute because, again, another interactive like element. Like you go through it and it's like you're like in this like underwater like
yeah,
like it was so cute. And the staffs there were so nice. Like when I went through the second time with Carolina, the lady was still trying to hand me a bag and I was like, no, I have one. And she's like, oh, like I was like, no, I have one. She's like, well, thank you. Like, because I could have totally just went like, thanks, and got even like the,
Yep,
but I did it, and they were,
Yeah.
and she was still kind of like, are you sure you don't want to just take a second one? I'm like, no, girl, like let people come through your booth. It's cool. Like they were so nice. The Manyo girls were so cute and so nice.
Manya was great too because so you went in, they had like 3 events in one. You went in through that line, and at first they gave you like a sample or something. Then they gave you a travel kit, and then you play a game, and you got like
a full size
like
product.
a full size
Oh
of
my
something.
God.
Yeah, it was like a raffle, and if you got like the red ball, you got all of the full size products.
I was all full size. Like everybody left that line with 2 travel kits and a full size product. Like, hello.
But and it's like it's just such a good way to like promote anything because you know if you get like a little sample thing you can only use it once, and especially with skincare like you have to kind of use it a couple times before you can see if it works for you or not. So the fact that they're doing this, like, yeah, like if it's good, you're gonna see a lot of people buying
They
it.
get you hooked because there's like, here's a travel size for you to try. If you like it, now you have a whole like new face wash, like a whole full product, and now your face is gonna get used to it, and you're gonna have to use this shit.
Now you're gonna have
So
to
now
buy
you
it.
have
Yep.
to buy it because now your face loves this, and you're like, dang it, I'm halfway done with my full size.
They're in the background like, wow.
Literally, it's smart.
It's smart. They're just like the marketing is working.
Yeah, the
Like,
sunscreen, that 114 sunscreen is beautiful. It's
really
amazing.
I haven't used it yet.
It's like silk on my face.
Ooh,
Oh
I'm
my God.
excited. But yeah, again, just like the interaction, the freebies, like there's more of that, and it was just great. Oh, this year too, iHeart partnered with KCON,
Yep.
and that was wild. I've been screaming at them since 2016 to get into K-pop. So congrats, Kiss FM.
Speaking of which, day 1 we got to see Wavy, everybody, with Kiss FM
Yes.
at the KCON stage, and let me tell you, I was not prepared for seeing Wavy. I didn't think I was gonna see Wavy because I was like, oh, there's no way that I'm gonna get through this and like do what I'm doing and then be able to get to the stage and get a good spot for Wavy. Shout out to Lily. That's my bitch. I don't know how she be doing that. Her black magic is wild. Anyway,
It is.
I got to the Wavy stage and I saw Terica and Carolina, but I was like, there's no way I'm getting to them. And then our friend Lily was like, come over here. And I was like, okay, bet. And she was like, here's the spot for you. And I said, oh my God, we were right on barricade. I was like, Jesus. So, oh my God, Wavy is going to be here.
They were so like shocked.
They were shocked. They were like, us? Fans? America? Like,
I'm just like, what is this I'm telling you, babies? Like, you guys are
Literally,
so
what is
famous.
SM telling y'all? What is
well,
SM
they
telling
felt
y'all?
it that night
Because
at that concert because the chorus of like Love Talk. Oh
Love
my
Talk.
God.
Yes.
It was so cool, like hearing everybody like screaming and going off and seeing all the like green, because y'all know I'm a Neo down bad. So seeing all the green and the thing, I was like, oh my God, it's like they're having like a little mini concert, and they were like smiling and they were like, oh my God, like they love us, they really love us. I said, we do,
Girl.
kids.
It was so
We do."
good.
they were so cute, and bitch, the screams for them was crazy at the fucking KCON stage. When I saw Xiaojun, I did not know how to act. I won't lie. Like, he was probably like, bitch, please calm down.
He was feeling himself. I feel like at first they were kind of nervous when they came out on like the little stage in the convention. But once they saw like the amount of people that were there for them and like cheering for them, they're kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
oh. So by the time they got to like their little game thing they played at their meet and greet, like you could tell they were like in their element. They're like, oh yeah, they're here for us. We got fans.
That just reminded me, like throughout the thing at KCON stage, like the little Q&A, like I kept looking at Win-Win. I was just like, no thoughts, head empty. Like that.
That poor baby. It was just like, okay.
He's just like, I don't know what's happening, but I am here. I'm having a good time. But also for the concert, I've never heard like the way that when you hear I can hear you calling, yo, the way that people lost it.
Yeah, because I feel like in theory we knew Love Talk was gonna happen, but we didn't know Love Talk was gonna happen. Right. In theory, we were like, okay, they're going to perform Love Talk, obviously, because it's Love Talk. It's like the whole anthem. It's like every woman's like calling. Right? Literally. I can hear it calling. Anyway, in theory, we thought we were going to get Love Talk, right? But we didn't know. Like, we were like, well, it's SM. They could do anything. They could be like, yeah, let's do Phantom and like Kickback. You know, we do some random shit like that.
Nah, they knew better.
And not only did they like do Love Talk, they started with Love Talk. So it was like, boom. Like, imagine this, everybody. Boom. You see Wavy's name on the screen, right? And then it's like playing a little video showing all the members. You're like, oh my God, it's Wavy. I can't believe this is happening. They're really coming. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then 10 is all like in the center, like looking all 10. And then he goes, boom. I can hear it calling. And everybody's like,
everybody lost it. Like it was like a slow-mo, bro. Like hearing the screams for this song, I was like, finally we're experiencing this. It was so good.
The concerts, like I also liked how they did the concerts this year, because like in the past we've had like artists, like, okay, bye. And then we had artists, collab, okay, bye. But, like, them incorporating the dream stage, that should always happen. Because I think that's an amazing thing for fans to be able to get up there and, like, dance and, like, live your idol dreams, but also live your idol dreams with your faves. But then also, like, the whole like going back to the start thing where they like a couple groups of Stray Kids and ATs did like their debut songs, like that's amazing for fans who were like maybe came into the fandom after debut and like couldn't go to a concert and thought like I would never hear this because they've moved on from that discography and they're performing newer songs at concerts. And then it's also a good thing for like fans who have been there since day one to kind of be like, this is where it all started. And then like the collabs, like we had a Baby Don't Stop collab, like so good. And then on top of that, the whole like I finally understood the Gen Z thing. So we thought when they said Gen Z, like they were gonna like it was I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, this is not for me. Like I'm gonna blank out. I'm gonna take a break right now and dream about eating food because I hadn't eaten that day. But it was cute because what it really was, it was Gen Z paying homage to the groups before them. So you had like a newer group performing a song from like a different older group that had debuted, and I was like, oh, that's cute. So we got Inmix doing Twice, and like it was amazing. Like they did a great job. Like the different elements on top of having 3 days of concerts. Like it's not just like your fave come out, perform 2 songs next. It was just like they got to like interact with each other, and it kind of made the concert more like I don't know, it just made the concert feel more well-rounded because like you got to see your faves interacting and you got to see your faves perform and you got to hear different songs that maybe you've never heard before or seen live, and you got to see like your faves performing songs not in their discography so like they can show their different skills. And so like it was a good time. Good job, KCON.
And it's just good to like concert wise, like how they did everything, that it wasn't just like one artist and then they're gone. Like they kept mixing it up. Like, you know, you had artist one come out in the first song, and then 3 songs later, they're back to do their set. So it was like
it kept you on your toes.
Yes, like you didn't know what was gonna happen next, and I absolutely love that for it. And then of course, you know, you have the KCON send-off, like, always at the end of the show. Like, everybody's on the stage, like, interacting with each other. So, like, we got Taemin. We got to see Taemin.
Me and Kat got so overwhelmed and so emotional. We cried. We both cried at our like, respective favorite Taemin songs. Like, oh, my God.
During Advice, I look over, and Tarika's crying. During Criminal, she looks over, and I'm, like, sobbing.
And I'm just so excited. I'm like hyper.
Yeah. So like when I know for me, when I get overwhelmed, it's not even like, I don't know, when I get overwhelmed, it comes out in tears. So if I'm like really big emotion mad, I cry. Of course, when I'm sad, I cry. When I'm excited and happy, I just get like, it just comes out in tears. Like I'm a crier. So I'm over here like crying because it was Taemin, y'all. It was Taemin.
And for me, it wasn't even like a cute soft cry. No, I was full on sobbing.
It was nasty.
Like, the lady next to me was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like,
"No, it's the Supreme. It's the Supreme." Like like that performance. His performance was like
the crowd was insane.
The crowd was insane.
Like I've never heard screaming like that in my life. I was like,
it was so loud, and not even just the
whoa.
crowd.
At one point, Taemin was trying to talk, but he just like stopped because everybody was just screaming
Yeah,
for him.
literally.
I
Like,
later saw clips of like some of the artists that performed that night were kind of like coming out of the tunnel. Like they were also trying to get glimpses of Taemin. They also were just like, "It's Taemin."
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Like-
it was like the whole like I know if you lived anywhere near Staples, like you heard that stadium when he came out, and
Yep.
it was amazing. Taemin's amazing. Wavy's amazing. Wavy World Tour win. I need to go. I never thought
Period.
Day 1 amazing. Day 2 the girls will talk about it more. I have to go do like life stuff, but ATs,
yeah.
no one is performing like ATs. They're so good,
You're
and I
right.
cannot wait to see them on tour. Mingy, ooh, Mingy. I will be seeing you this year. Okay, bye.
But yeah, besides Taemin, what else happened day one? Like, it was like such a freaking blur. Like,
Girl,
being in that
it was
convention, being
wavy.
back.
I feel like day one passed by so slow, and like in a good
It
way.
did. I think this year we did take it like a little bit slower, but at the same time we did not. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, we were like all over the place, but like also
Nowhere.
no. I just know that the day one that wavy, I was just, I can't believe I'm seeing 10 right in front of me again. Like, we got some Super M crumbs at the concert.
Oh my god, super.
And then we became like Just Be like fan sites for like 3 minutes. Oh my god, talking about fan sites, so many of them this year.
Oh my god, yeah, and they were selling like slogans and like, listen, if any of y'all are listening, fan sites from around the world, you probably won't, but if any of you, where do y'all hide your stuff? Because y'all be pulling cameras out of everywhere.
I'm saying, oh, that's another thing. We saw so it was so funny though, but seeing like, because of the cameras, like people get kicked out, and I was just like,
But
girl,
also
what you
just, like,
doing?
how
What
do
are you doing?
Do it. Like, how do you get these long lens cameras past security? I just want to know like the science. Cause listen, hear me out. It's different when you're like press or something, right? But like you just being a random ass girl and pulling the fucking camera out your skirt, that's wild to me. Like, what? That's crazy.
But yeah, no, there were a lot of international fans.
I feel like because there was so many, it was like a smorgasbord of people there. So like Zero Base One, obviously Chinese members. JO1I and I, obviously Japanese fans are gonna come, you know. So Korean fans even flew over. So it was a very big like smorgasbord of people. We met people from like Montreal, Mexico. Like it was a very like
Woo, viva Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's a good thing about KCON. Like, you got people that come from all over the world to this event, because it's, you know, you get it's like a bunch of groups. Like, they don't do, I mean, well, Korea does a lot of like festivals and stuff, but not an event like this that you can like get like a meet and greet and you can like, you know, see your faves like right there type of thing. Which, talking about faves,
Just
again,
Be.
we became Just Be fan sites, girl.
Just be in the building.
just be
Like,
the blue.
we saw them every day. Every day.
I was there also virtually. Shout out to Kat.
Yes. So day one, they were on this thing called Star Square, where basically it's like this tiny little stage, which, I mean, KCON, if you're listening, I would make Star Square a little bit bigger, you know? I'm just saying, like, make it a little bit, make it like a little stage, maybe, like, prop it up. Bloop.
Yeah, I think they're going for more of it's like a red carpet vibe.
Yeah.
That's what I've like noticed, but I think, you know, now that it's becoming a bigger thing, then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But it's so cool because, like, yeah, the idols are like right there. Like,
And then so we went, I was like, you know, I gotta see Just Be at least once. I gotta make my presence known. I gotta see my boys. So I went to the Star Square and I was like, beautiful, period, perfect. They're gonna be right there. Like, we were right next to Barricade. I was like, oh, like, as I should be, right?
yes.
As I should be. And so they come out, they look great. Oh my god, DY in this all white outfit, crazy. I was just like, oh my god, you look so good. Anyway, they look amazing. They're like playing rock paper scissors, which was the most chaotic shit I've ever witnessed in my entire life, because like they were like, okay, everybody, let's play rock paper scissors. And I don't think they expected so many people to be there, but there was a lot of people there. They were like,
They were
okay.
shook.
Yeah, they were like, okay, everybody, let's play rock paper scissors. And so everybody's out here playing rock paper scissors, and they're like, okay, well, we're never gonna have a winner here. So we finally got winners, and they gave out these little like the pocket-sized albums. I don't know what the fuck they call it, the digi albums,
Like
whatever.
a digi album, yeah, and it was like signed by them.
But like I wasn't butthurt because I have every album of Just Be signed. Anyway, but
Oh, the
Period.
flex. The flex.
this is fun. This is cute. They're vibing. People are falling in love with Just Be, and right in front of my eyes. They're like, who is that? Who is this? I said, that's Jimin. You're welcome. And then they pointed to Gonu. They said, who is that? I said, that's John. You're welcome. Don't ever
That's
perceive
none of
my
your
man.
business.
Don't ever perceive my man. No, they're like,
You look so good.
girl.
He
And
did.
I made sure I told him he looked good. Everybody,
Period.
that video is on the Twitters and the TikToks for us, but
He did not know what to do with himself, which is my favorite thing ever because he's all about it. He's all about throwing it. But when you throw it back, he's like, what?
listen, I have now made it my goal. It wasn't originally a goal as an only B, but now it is my goal as an only B to make a member flustered every single time I see them. So I got Bane the first time I saw them. Check. Gonu now the second time. Check. Okay, who's going to be my third victim? I'm thinking DY, but DY might be a little bit harder to break.
Little Jimin.
I mean, you're right. Little Jim, it might be a little easier, but like, do I want easy or do I want a challenge, you know?
Big Jimin.
Oh, girl, that's going to be hard. It's going to at least take me like 5 times for that man to
So
break.
there you go. But it's just it was fun to see them like so at that point that the first day at Star Square, Gonu was like saying thank you and how he can't like believe that like there's so many people that are there for them, like just saying thank you to everybody, like, and you can tell like he was like so in shock
Yeah.
that so many people knew who they were.
Yeah, it was amazing. And then they went to this little KCON, what was it called? KCON Square, where they played these games, which was so cute because they brought fans on there. And, I'm not a runner nor a track star, so I couldn't get in line fast enough to be one of the 6. But it's okay. It was fine. And so, yeah, they did these little games. And they're like, which one do you like better, the beach or the mountains? And then I had to pick one. And then the people had to pick the same one. And then if they did, they got a prize. And at the end, they basically got a motherfucking high touch. So I was like, God damn. Love that for y'all. And it was just great. And they were so cute. And Jimin, number 1, is amazing. Like, he had every girl in there, like...
Yep.
Like one look, and we were all like,
The way. Oh, okay. So this was the funny part. So mind you, so I'm there with with Tarek and Kat. I'm there for moral support because like I like Just Be, but they like them more, right? So I'm just like I'm vibing, I'm chilling, and then all of a sudden, Big Jimin just looks, and it was just he just gives a look, and everybody was like, oh, like swooning. Like,
it was crazy.
and not just like, oh, like there's no, like out loud. They're like, oh my God. Like, it was the funniest thing to see everybody fold. They folded so
and
quick.
it was just like the section that we were standing in. Like everybody else was like, oh my God, Jimin, whatever. And then he kept doing it to us. He kept looking back at us. And we were all like, don't do that. Stop it.
And he's like right there, like literally like 2 feet from us. And he's just like giving us the eyes. And I'm like, sir.
Like, do something.
Sir,
about it.
please. Like, you're killing us out here. Who else was on day one, concert-wise?
Concert-wise, it was the Starships. So we saw Ive and Gravity and Shonu and Hyung.
Oh, my God. Shonu and oh, wow.
Men.
Wow.
They did it for the
Wow.
hags. They did it for the
So
hags.
it's, yes, and how they did it was funny because they did the Gen Z, like, stage thing, and then they put Shonu and Hyungwon. So it was just like, yeah, look at that. They did so well. Like, in all the years that Monster X they've never done a unit. This is their first unit, and chef's kiss for this unit. Like, go off. They're
My
so
man, that's
fine.
not my man, that's my man.
Yeah, exactly. He was looking good.
Yo, they
So
were
good.
wow. Yes,
Like-
the stylist went on. Also, the stylist for Taemin,
Bless.
because that little he was wearing like this suit thing, but like the jacket was like a tiny jacket. It was like a super crop jacket, and then he had on this like vest thing, a corset thing underneath, and like the way it like framed his body was crazy. I was like. And also
was
10 in
insane.
the crop top.
Yes, 10 in the crop top. Oh my God. Listen, the way that I felt so happy when I saw Yang Yan too, bro. Like that, like seeing him be happy, like they're so funny. Oh, we forgot to say, but during the KCON stage, when they were doing like the Q&A, they, what was it? I think it was Hendery. He said something like,
my bitch,
and they were just like,
the question was like, oh, where's like your dream vacation, right?
Yes.
And so all of them are writing,
Yes.
they're like, ooh, ooh, I know this. And they're writing down stuff and they reveal their answers and they're like, oh, LA, you know, to get the fan. Oh my God, whatever. And he turns this shit around and says, Kwanya, I said this.
So yeah, so basically like it was a game. They were like, oh, like how well does Wavy know each other? So like, you know, they asked each member a question, they write down their answers, but all the other members have to guess it. And then that was Henry. He put Kwanya. And everybody was like, you must be kidding me.
10 was
and
like,
then yeah, and then they were just like, SM is always watching. So that's when
Literally.
10 was like, okay, no, we love LA.
As Henry said, SM is always watching. I said, oh God.
Like, Wavy is so unserious. Like, it's crazy. But they're so funny. Like, you could tell their personalities, like, and everything. And, yeah, that day, the concert was amazing. Also, shout out to, like, the Gravity Boy. I think it's Alan. He, like, talked to Taemin. And that video is so precious.
He was like,
he is so precious.
He was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Yep.
do it. I'm gonna do it. I did it. I did
Yeah.
it. I did
That
it.
was his mission.
It was. He followed him the whole way. He was like, I'm gonna do it now.
And you could tell he was like trying to like get up the courage to talk to him. So when he did,
He was talking himself up.
It's one of those things. It's like even when like we as humans do it, like we wait for the person to make eye contact first before we like talk to them or say anything. And Taemin was like waving and waving, and so Alan's just like behind him, like, okay, when he looks at me, I'm gonna say something. He was like, when he looks at me, I'm gonna say something. And then he turned and looked, and then he was like, real quick, he was like, I'm a fan. He was like, everything. Like, oh, thank you.
it was so cute, like seeing that video. And Taemin is
was.
like, oh, okay, thanks. Like I absolutely loved it. Day 2, the concert for day 2, it was ATs, my dude. Like you already know.
Of course, they are performers.
Let me tell you. Listen, 18E.
Day 2.
18E were fighting.
Wait,
but it was fine.
just to have like something to measure it from. Years ago, when they did the rookie stage, I still remember this to this fucking day. I was on the ground because I had a migraine. Don't want to talk about it. And when they started performing, obviously I got to my feet, but the floor was shaking. Not just the stage, but the floor that the stage was on was shaking. That is how much power they have when they perform. So I can't even imagine how it is now.
Yeah, no. Well, let me tell you,
Girl.
that arena was shaking. It was shit. It's when they gorilla. Ooh, baby. Oh, every
Girl,
time.
it was just like,
every time I get so excited when they perform.
So the convention, like, listen, the convention on Saturday flew by. It
Yeah.
was like bam, 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 bam. I don't know why the fuck it flew by like it did, but it was crazy, okay? I had I meet and greet. I'll tell you guys a little bit about that in a second. But the convention just like flew by. Like everything was like bam, 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 bam. We were like, oh yeah, this is our day. We're going to get content. Like this is the day we're going to do everything. Bitch, no. That day, it's true though. That day like blew by. Like there was so much shit going on. And we were like, what the fuck are we going to do? Like, what the fuck is happening?
Like you had the convention inside, like, and that, you know, that's the day we were running around, like, getting all the freebies. It's Saturday, so obviously it's one of the, it's probably the busiest day for KCON. Then you had the Kiss FM stage outside, and that's where they have the iHeart thing. So you had, like, ATs was out there, Psychers, like, Leo, like, a bunch of people. Yeah. And so you had that going on outside, then all the stuff in the convention inside. And then, you know, the idols are starting to come onto the floor, like, ATs. That was the third day, but the second day, like, more idols are coming to the floor to do more things.
ZB1 is hanging out of windows. We are like panicking because everybody's like, why are they in the convention? What are they doing? So like as a Zeros, me and our friend Mimi, we were like, what are they doing? When are they coming? Oh my God. So we were everywhere because we were like, if they pop up, we need to be here. Like we need to be here. They never did anything on the convention floor. They played my ass. It's fine. Anyway.
Be real though. Like I think that it was for their safety because
I know, but still, bitch, ATs be doing
right.
it. So like, they could have done something.
I love how that's always like the measure.
You're right.
Anyway, it's true though, because like ATs is ATs. Anyways, you know, I'm not there. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, they had their booth and I got some stickers. I couldn't go get merch because like I said, the fucking days were fucking wild. So I did not get any merch. Could not get the little rose ring, which really made me sad, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We move. And so I'm all over the convention. I'm like, okay, let me see if I can get a glimpse of ATs. Okay, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. I have my meet and greet. So I met I, everybody. It was a beautiful time. time. Love them to death. Incredible, brilliant, beautiful, deserved all the attention, all the love. Yes, like, period. I just think it's so funny when J-pop groups come here because they are not used to the screaming and yelling, but they eat that shit up. Like, they eat the wildness up. They're like, yes, scream for me. Scream my name
Stop
now.
before I jump out this window right now.
Yeah, no. It's funny to see just like the cultural
culture shock.
The culture shock for a lot of these groups.
Yeah, so I went to the I meet and greet. Everybody's going crazy, right? My phone glitches. That's when I called you, or they sent you the notification, Cynthia. I don't know what was happening. Anyway,
Oh, the emergency.
they were like, yeah, girl, it was wild. So I'm like taking a video, and then all of a sudden my phone's like, beep, 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 and it's like emergency contacts.
Which is me.
And I was like, whoa.
And I get a text in the middle of the day, and I was like, it just says emergency, like 911 cat. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I call her. I'm like, hello?
And I was like, it's just my
I'm
phone.
like, oh, okay.
Girl, and it's also like, you know, the hurricane.
Yeah.
Or tropical storm.
Anyway, the staff member, one of I staff was looking at me like crazy because I was like, because it called 911. I was like, I'm sorry, this is a mistake.
Like how when they asked like how crazy was her KCON? Well, shit, my phone was so my phone called 911. That's how crazy it was.
Oh, I know what setting that was.
Literally, it was like 911. What's your emergency? And I was like, I'm so sorry.
I'm seeing I.
I was like, there's something wrong with my phone. And he was like, oh, okay, so you don't need anything? I was like, no, I'm fine. He was like, okay.
Like, call Apple support.
And then Cynthia called me, and I was like, I'm fine.
She's like out here trying to meet I. The people are just like, are you gonna stop being on your phone? Like, what the fuck?
But anyway, I was great. They were fun. They were a great time. They were super hype. Because we were super hype. I would just like to say there was a certain type of fan. I'm not going to say what type of fan it was, but there was a certain type of fan. And y'all are so boring. I just need y'all to do more. I know, like we said, it's like differences, right? It's just like the difference. But I was just like, bro, like if you guys traveled all this way to be here for this event.
Read the room.
Like at least be a little excited. Yeah, because like we're over here screaming. Like, listen, as soon as Nishihiro, as soon as he popped up, I was like, oh my god, and everyone was screaming for him. And also I was like, how dare y'all precede my man? Where the fuck have y'all been? Because last year when my man was out here on the dance stage, I didn't hear this many screams, but I suppose it's okay now. Just remember, I'm number one in the lineup, so remember your place. And anyway, they were like, oh my god, okay, they're like going off. Like Takumi, I was like, yes, it's my boy. Like Yudai, yes, okay, we're screaming, they're loving it, they're eating it up. They said yes, period. These 5'7" men are just enjoying their entire life. And so I go up on stage and I'm about to meet them. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I was like one of the first in line because I had to get this meet and greet done, and I had to go outside to go see Leo. I was like, I need to get this done.
Itinerary.
And I need to run. I had a schedule. And I was like, okay, I need to be first in line. So as soon as they started moving people over, they're like, okay, we're going to put up the plates. I said, zoom. I was like 7th or 8th in line. I was like, okay, I'm here. We're good. Let's get this going. I was like, let's start this up because I got to book. Like, it was literally like 10 minutes to the KCON stage for Leo. I was like, I got to book it. I got to book it all the way outside. So I had to leave the meet and greet, go outside the convention, go all the way outside, go into the KCON village, go all the way through the security to the stage, and I had to be front row, which I mean I was, so period. But so I get my thing. I'm there. I'm with I. I looked so cute that day. My outfit was great. They were loving it.
Period.
Like, Yudai is first. Love him. Baby Angel. Like, oh my god, I love you. He's like, oh my god, thank you. I was like, oh my god, love you. Takumi, my bitch. I love you, king. Whatever. I get to my man, and he looked scrumdiddlyumptious. I guess like the distance from me to him, it didn't make him seem as short as he is, but like all of a sudden he became 6'5", and I was just like, all of a sudden he became 6'5", and I was like, oh, you're so fine. And he was like, fine. I said, yes. I was like, he probably doesn't know what that means, but Lord. I was like, you're hot. And he was like, hot. I said, hot. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yes, goodbye. I was like, my job is done.
You know what that means.
I did everything. I like put my hand over my face. I was like, oh,
I love
so
that.
fine. He was like, fine. I said, yeah, fine. And then I went to Rihito, which is Cynthia's man, and I was like, wow, beautiful. And then Shogo had his little hat on, and his ears were all big, and I was like, oh my god, you're just so fucking cute. And he was the last one, so I was like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. He was like, I love you. I was like, no, listen to me, King, I love you. But then I booked it. I called Carolina. I said, hey, I'm running. And she's like, what? I said, I'm going to Leo stage. I gotta go. My battery's on 4%. I have it on my portable charger, but I'm running, bitch. I'm running outside. I'm like, I'm a track star. Anyway, he comes out in all his glory. Again, the all white. They were all wearing, he was wearing all white, and I was just like, God damn, wow, you just look that good. You just exist. And he came out and he sang Letting Me Love You by Mario, which I was like, beautiful. Then he sang a Zayn cover, beautiful. And then he sang his song, beautiful. And all of us were screaming. We're like, yeah, Leo, Leo, Leo. And then we sang him happy birthday. We're like, happy birthday to you, bam, bam. Happy birthday to you, bam, bam. And then JoJo came out. He was like, man, I was going to have y'all sing happy birthday, but y'all already did it. And he was like, let's do it again. I was like, okay, whatever, I guess. Happy birthday to you, bam, bam. Happy birthday to you.
And for those that don't know, so Leo is the guy that was in, what's her rival show again?
No. He was in Trainee A, which was a big hit pre-debut group that was like really popular on social media. He was in Trainee A. He was the leader. He was my like Sugar Plum. I love that kid so much. Anyway, yeah, and he left Big Hit and like started his solo career, and he signed to BI's label. Period. And he was there, and I was like, why didn't you bring BI too? I'm just saying it could have been like a double feature, but we moved. Anyway, so he's there, right? He's like, boom, boom, bam, bam, bam. He's like, here I am. This is my debut stage. Everybody, this is his first time performing anywhere. So put that on my fucking checklist of things that I've done, seeing Leo's debut stage, period. And he was loving it. He was eating it up. He was like smiling and blushing. He was like, stop. He was like, you guys are screaming for me? Oh my God. He was like,
and it's funny because while Kat was doing all of this chaos, so you know that the songs that are just like the Nicki that that was Kat. Yeah. Meanwhile, me, I was the I'm spinning like a ball. I literally was just walking around the convention selling photo cards. Like,
no, you weren't.
Telling you she was the dealer.
As a police officer, no, you weren't. You were not.
Oh no, that's right. I was not. Still. But yeah, while Kat was, you know, I was just inside the convention, like walking around, getting free. Yeah,
I was like,
McFlurry, sitting down and talking. Like it was like so chill for me,
bitch. And that day I was wearing my slides, right? So I was like trying not to get out of my shoes. I was like, ooh. It's okay because I looked so cute that day. And then he noticed me and was like waving at me and shit. I was like, period, King.
It was a good day.
And then we went to the show, which was
Jesus. 80s, bro. God, and Psychers, they did it
and
for me.
And ZB1?
They did. CB1, like, I recorded Kat when she was, like, when they were about to come out, because I was just like, she's gonna bust into tears. She's gonna bust into tears. But I don't know, like, did you cry? I think you were, like, too excited.
I was, I didn't cry during their set. I cried during the dream stage. And I don't know why I cried during the dream stage, but, bitch, I was just a mess. I was like... Look at them. They've come so far, and now they have people dancing with them on stage. Oh, my God.
Oh, and we saw, like, Matthew's mom at the convention, like, running.
You would.
Like, I didn't know. Kat's the one that pointed it out. I just saw a lady running.
She did. She was like, I gotta go. And her and his sister had a high touch with them. It was so cute. Anyway, also the bitches for ZB1 that were acting crazy, y'all need to get your shit together. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there were so many stories.
It was so fucking bad.
People were getting kicked out left and right. People were fighting.
That's so embarrassing. Oh my God. Like, how embarrassing. Don't do that.
Are you not embarrassed? Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
The amount of people I saw getting kicked out of the ZB1 meet.
Like, it's never that serious. Why are you paying all your money to then get kicked out?
I was gonna say, it takes a lot.
Like, no, don't do that.
I mean, I'm crazy for ZB1, but I'm not crazy for ZB1.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's like...
But seeing them perform, though, like, that concert stage, my God, like, you could feel, like, the energy in the crowd. Like, they were just so excited to see them. Good. Like, they did so good. Like, Matthew could not... There's a video of him, like, you know how when they come out on the stage, they're, like, all serious and, you know, smoldering and stuff?
Nah, he was
Matthew
smiling.
Couldn't help, just laugh. He was just laughing because people were like, you know, like going crazy.
Matthew was the star of the show.
Yeah.
Matthew was the star of the show. Everyone loved Matthew. Anytime he spoke, he appeared, everyone was screaming their asses off, which,
Yes.
I mean, deserved. Yes, king. And he was eating it up. He said, oh, for me, bet. And every
less.
time he was like, and then they did like that little dance game thingy, and he was dancing to 7, and he was like body rolling. I was like, okay.
It was great. It was an amazing experience. 10 out of 10 recommend.
It was great.
I was living my best life. Like, if Kat was living her best life, so was I. Like, yes, I was
I was having the time of my life. Hamden was in front of me.
Like, it was good. It was good. Day 2 was, again, incredible. Like, Psychers, little babies. I love them so much. They did so well. And ATs, goddamn.
Crazy.
80s
was crazy.
When they did them, my first thing, and it was like, you know,
Pirate King?
The way I love that song. I love how, like, the "Can You Be My Friend?" and everybody in that arena said it. It was just, and obviously Gorilla, Break the Wall, out of this world.
That shit was crazy. Break the wall.
Like, break the wall. Like, we were breaking freaking crypto. Like, literally. I love
wild.
experiencing that. I love experiencing that.
I was great.
Yes.
Psychers did a cover of Fire, which was
Ooh.
amazing.
Kepler was day 2.
Oh, Kepler was, and they did the fucking Girls' Generation cover.
Yes.
Amazing.
And XG was there too. Oh, they did so well. And then, yeah, ATs closed it all off. And that shit was, like, insane.
Bitch, the moment Bouncy came on, like, they came out and they did Bounce. Well, first of all, they came out and they did Wonderland, which, like, nobody was expecting that shit.
Yeah.
They did Wonderland, and then they left again, you know, because that's how KCON does. They like to tease us. And then they came out for their set, and they did Bouncy first. And we were like,
Literally. Again,
it was crazy.
Like, anytime ATs perform, it's a performance. Like, it's like, the theatrics of it all. ATs is just that group. Like, ATs is one of those groups. Like, you just can't.
The aura.
Like, even our friend Alexis, like, she was just like, I never paid attention to ATs, but after this, she's like, that performance, like, the theatrics, like, the everything, like, they go all out. Like, one thing ATs will do is, like, fucking tear up that stage.
They perform not just like Rennas do, but like they're about to be like electrocuted if they don't perform.
Yeah, they're about to die.
Yeah.
They're like, if you don't perform, I'm gonna slit your throat. And they're like, okay, well, I guess I gotta do it.
But they did great. Day 2 was so good. Day 3, you know, we're dead, but we're alive. But we're dead.
But we're dead.
Day 3 was the day that I
we
wilded
need
out.
to, yeah, let's talk about it, because day 3, okay, listen, if y'all have never listened to our podcast before or have never seen videos, I love Shotaro. Shotaro. Anyway, we are Shotaro girlies, okay? I made a whole Shotaro sign. We have a whole Shotaro playlist. We're Shotaro girlies. Like, if Shotaro has 1 million fans, I'm one of them. If Shotaro has 100,000 fans, I'm one of them. If Shotaro has 1,000 fans, I'm one of them. If Shotaro has 1 fan, I'm one of them. If Shotaro has 0 fans, I'm dead. Like, I love Shotaro. Yeah. I will die for Shotaro. It was the worst day of my life when he got out of NCT, but Rise happened, right? Everybody, Rise.
Which also, like, KCON, y'all done did it again. So last year we were saying, how are they gonna even, like, top what last year was? Because their lineup was good. It was so
They
good.
gave me Shotaro.
They literally,
That's how they topped
were just like,
They
you know what
gave
we're
me
gonna
Shotaro.
do? We're gonna give you the same lineup because y'all like it so much, and add more. And, you know, now we're gonna get Rise and, like, all the SMs and, like, all this
And
stuff.
Taemin.
Yeah.
And
Taemin. They overdid. Oh my God, incredible. But yeah, no, let me tell you.
Anyway, so yeah, Rise. So they announced Rise last minute, everybody. Very last minute. I see what you did, KCON. I see what you did. They're like, guess what? Shotaro's gonna be where you are. And my mind said, Shotaro.
That's all that
On Sunday, I was determined to be at least in the front area of that motherfucking stage that Rise is gonna be on. Even though I knew it was going to be like 5 minutes, they were going to be there because their song is literally like 40 seconds long. And then, you know, I knew it was going to be like nothing. So my ass, me and Carolina were like, we going to sit here for 6 hours just for 1 minute song? Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, we got there early. We got up early that day. We were dead though, bitch. It took everything in me to get my ass out of bed.
Yeah, like the night before we had gone to dinner, so we got back later. Like it was like this whole thing, but we made sure we woke up and got there right at 10. And mind you, like there were already people there because they let people in early because of the whole like hurricane thing and whatnot. So they let people in early, and when we showed up, I was like, oh my God, like how are we gonna do this? But we did it. We did it. Well, Kat had
it worked
to
out.
leave.
I did because okay, so let's talk about it. We spent our whole day at KCON stage. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. Did I do anything else? Yes, but we spent our entire day at KCON stage. Yep. Here's why. So we get there, right? It's a beautiful time. G Idol's on, which great. We love G Idol in this house, right? They're there. Wookie is adorable. Minnie, wow, baddest bitch. Anyway, G Idol comes on, right? They're doing like the little JoJo talk thing or the little talk thing, pop up talk, whatever. They're like, oh my God, yeah. We're like, yes, period. Wookie's like, what's a baddie? We explain what a baddie is. And she's like, oh, I'm a baddie. And we're like, yes, bitch, you're a baddie. Love that for you. And then they go on their way. Next is JO1.
Yes.
If y'all know nothing about me and Cynthia, we are JO1 girlies. We are jams. We jammin'.
Woo, we always jamming.
And last year, JO1 was supposed to be at KCON, but they got COVID, so they couldn't come, and I was devastated. So now, here they are in front of me.
Are they tall?
They were, yeah.
I mean, they're taller than I and I.
They were average, yeah. They were average height. So anyway, we get there. JO1's there. They're doing some McDonald's thing. It's a great time. Shoya was devastated. He couldn't get food. It's okay. Originally, I was like, I'm going to skip the JO1 meet and greet if it means that I'm going to be front row for Shotaro. They came out. I saw Ren, and I said, Carolina, I gotta go. I need to go meet my man.
That's Red.
He's so sorry.
Cute.
Oh my
He's
God.
so cute. J1 was so cute.
And in the back of my mind, I knew I was not gonna skip JO1, but like in the front of my heart, like you know, when your heart wants one thing and your mind wants another thing, and there's like that constant battle. That's where I was at. But as soon as I saw Ren, I said, "Okay, I'm gonna go, Carolina. I'll be back." I was like, "I'll be back."
And I was like,
"Do you need anything? You want some water? You want a granola bar? What you want? You good?"
A McDonald's McFur.
Right. So basically, so Kat leaves, and after Kat leave, before she even left, like it was chaos in there.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
There was some fights.
Yeah, and my thought process is that ATs was gonna be there, so I was just like, oh, so that means that this is all 18y. So 18y, like after the AT stage, they're gonna leave. Well, lo and behold, baby, they were not there for ATs.
It was not ATs.
It was not 18y. It was a bunch of citizens and a bunch of people that were there for Shotaro and for Rise. Like an XG. Yep. So mind you, so I'm in there. I'm literally living off of a granola bar that I ate, and then some lady gave me a pack of gum. So mind you, it's crazy in that pit. It's insane. As we get closer to ATs,
the crowd keeps growing.
Yeah, the crowd just never goes away. So then after ATs, which they did great, amazing. Junho did have to leave and go back to Korea due to his leg. So hopefully he's recuperating. But they did so well. And in the middle of it all, KCON is sponsored by Samsung. They had a big old booth. And and they were just like, oh, like what's so and so's like favorite emoji? And Woo Young was just like an iPhone, and you could tell all of ATs was just like, really, bitch?
You had one job.
You had one job. And he just starts laughing. I'm like, he is such a chaotic fucking human. I love him. Anyway, but after ATs leaves, everybody that was around me, like, so the crowd starts shifting. Obviously, all the 18-year leaving, but everybody in the front is still the same. So at that point, we were all just like, all right, who y'all here for? And everybody's just like, Rice. And we're like, now that we got that cleared up, okay, who's leaving in the middle of it all? And there were a couple of people that are like, oh, we're here for XG after we're leave. So okay, in the middle of this all, like another fight almost breaks out right behind me. What the fuck? Because
girl, there was a lot of fights this week. Like there was a lot of fighting. It was crazy.
I'm just like, it's not that serious, y'all. This is KCON, have fun. Like that's it. But shout out to security though, because when that second fight in that pit was about to start, the security man was already like looking to see if he had to pull somebody out. But that was crazy. I made friends there, obviously, because I am who I am. So shout out to them if they listen to this. And before XG blew my mind. Like, I love their music, but seeing them live, I get it. The charisma, it oozes out of them, bro. Like, they demand attention. Harvey she's so cute. That bitch is fucking cute. But finally, right before Rise, the people for XG left, and I get pushed. I almost hit my head on the barricade, and because somebody pushed me, and I obviously have to grab onto the barricade, so I got barricade. So whoever pushed me, thank you. I guess I was gonna have you thought you were gonna make me black out with no,
like you thought you were gonna be barricade. Guess what? It was her.
It was me because you pushed. So anyways, so I got barricade for Rise, and it was fucking great. They saw the sign that Kat made, like Shotaro did. Apparently they put me on the screen, and I was just like hard
3
eyes.
times. It was beautiful.
I was just so happy being there.
Yeah.
So and I only saw the man like record me once.
Yeah.
But besides that, I was just happy to be there. I was just smiling, probably like hard eyes. You could tell, like for Shotaro, like I love him. Yeah. He's so cute. Rise did so well. Aww. Like they really did. It was so good. Ugh. It was so good. But yeah, like it was chaos in there, but it was worth it. And the thing is that like I was already like 3 hours in, and somebody was just like, I can't do this, like I need to go, and they left, and I looked at everybody around me, and I was just like, I've wasted 3 hours already. I'm like, not wasted, because I was having a good time, but I've already been here for 3 hours. I ain't leaving.
Never back down, never what?
Yeah. Like,
never back down, never what? Never give up.
Like Kat was just like, do you need anything? And I was just like, I'm good right now. I will survive.
After JO1 left the stage, like right afterwards was my meet and greet with them. So I was like, okay, I gotta go. And people were like blocking me, and I was like, I literally want to leave. Like, I need to leave. I was like, I'm just trying to see my man. Can you please get out of my way? And then this one lady was like, she wants to leave. Let her leave. Like, thank you, man.
I love people like that.
So I'm leaving, right? And people are coming in. Like, they rushing in, girl. They're like, 18 are ready. They're like, woo. I'm like, okay, hold on. I was like, one girl was like, I was like, girl, I'm not trying to get in here. I was like, I have a meet and greet I'm trying to get to. Do not push me. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, do not push me. Anyway, so I'm going, right? And that day I wore my Life is Better with a Cat t-shirt. And so I was like, okay, let's go. I'm booking it to JO1, whatever. I get there right as doors are opening. They're literally about to come out. Like, when I'm walking inside, their music video is ending and they're about to come out. So I'm like, oh my God, perfect timing, beautiful. Anyway, so I'm there, right? There they are, JO1, all their glory. Wow, they're so beautiful. Like, I didn't just see them 5 minutes ago, but anyway, I was like, oh my God, look at them, wow. Anyway, so they're there, like, people are screaming. There was a lot of people there. I was like, yes, get it, JO1. I love that for y'all. And like, bitch, I see Ren and I just lose my fucking mind because like, so I was determined, okay, if people know nothing about me, when I get like high touches and things like that, everything I want to say to people flies out the window. This time I was determined. I was like, I'm gonna tell Ren how talented he is, how beautiful he is, and how much I fucking love him, and how he's an angel sent from heaven to earth to just bless all of us with his presence. I was determined. I said, I am going to do this. I said, if I do nothing else in this high wave, it's not a high touch, in this high wave, in this meet and greet, it is telling Ren that he is the literal human embodiment of perfection, and I was gonna do it. I was determined. Anyway, they have their little thing. They play these little games. They're like, oh yeah, they're playing beer pong. They are so chaotic. I like, but like, even when they were on the KCON stage, like even Carolina was like dying laughing because they were so chaotic.
They're so funny.
Because Takumi was just like, hamburger, and I was like,
that shit was so funny.
Chicken nuggets. It's so wild. Anyway. They're so chaotic. And so, like, the chaos continued. They were so hyped. They were so excited. It's their first time here in LA because, like I said, last time they had to cancel because they got COVID. Anyway, it's their first time in the States, and they are living, right? They're like, yes. The screams are happening, and they're like, yes. They're like, more. They're like, eating it up, eating it alive. They're like, yes. So we get up. I get up on stage. I'm like, okay, Kat, breathe. I'm like, you can do this. I was like, all you, like, the rest of them just be like, oh my God, yeah, I love you, Ren. Have your speech ready. In my head, I was like, okay, I'm gonna tell him that he's like perfect. He's an angel from heaven above, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm going down. Little did I know, to my incredible surprise, that JO1 loved my t-shirt. They saw a kitten and their whole life like changed. And so I'm going down the line, and the first one, they're just like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh. So Cynthia, let me tell y'all how my life flashed before my eyes, because me and Cynthia do reactions, right? And I was like, that was my first thought when they looked at me and they went, oh! I was like, no. I was like, no.
Oh no, they saw us black out that one time.
It's like, please do not let them say something about our channel. I was like, God. I was like, please, God. And he was like, oh, your shirt, kitten. And I was like, what? Like, I was so confused because, bitch, I wasn't thinking my shirt was going to get all this attention. And I was like, my shirt. And I looked down and I was like, oh. He was like a cat. Meow, meow. I was like, yeah, it's a cat. And he was like, oh, quiet. And I was like, oh, cute. And like the whole way down, that's all any of them, they were like, oh, your shirt.
They love kitties.
It's cute.
Aww.
Bro, they were eating it up. I was like, don't pay attention to me. That's fine. Just pay attention to my cat on my shirt. That's totally cute. That's totally fine. And then I got to Shoya and he was like, oh, cat. And I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, good. And I was like, yeah, it's my name. And he was like, what? And I was like, it's my name. And he was like, your name? And I was like, yeah, my name is Cat. He said, your name is Cat? I was like, yeah, my name is Cat. He was like, cat. I said, cat, yeah. He was like, oh. He was like, oh, cute. And I was like, yeah, okay, bye. Anyway, and then it happened. Ren was there in front of me.
He's so cute.
Ren was standing there in all of his glory. He's so beautiful. Oh, my God. Anyway, he was standing there in all of his glory, and I was like, oh, my God. And he was like, oh, I was like, I love you so much. He was like, I love you too. And he was like, I was like, no, you don't understand. I was like, I love you. You are an angel. And he was like, an angel? I said, an angel from heaven. You are from heaven. And he's just sitting there laughing at me. And I was like, you are an angel. I love you so much. You are so talented. And he's just there like, oh, he was like, thank you. I was like, I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm just like throwing him hearts. And he's like throwing me hearts. And I'm like, oh. Anyway, it was a success to say the least. Mission accomplished, because I was like, oh my God, I was like, I have to tell him he's an angel from the heavens above. The skies brought him down to earth to bless us, and I did, and it was a great time.
Didn't a member go like an angel, or was that him?
Oh yeah, that was the member next to him. Takumi was like, an angel, and I was like, don't ever come for my man. I was like, don't ever.
Takumi was just like, I object.
Ren looked at him and he said, and I was like, don't ever come for him, okay? Don't ever say that. And then again, they were eating up the fucking t-shirt, and they were like, oh, kitten, kawaii. And I was like, okay, well, I'm glad I'm making y'all's day with this kitten, because the way my life flashed before my eyes when he looked at me and went, oh my God, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, because the things that we have said, the things that we have done for JO.
I said, please do not tell me he's going to be like, YouTube. But I would literally have left the stage. I'd have been like, got to go. Because if one of them has seen it, all of them have seen it. Yeah. I've never been more happy that someone didn't know our YouTube channel. I was like,
I wish they would have known. That would have been so funny.
I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, oh.
Like, it's fun and exciting for some, but for others, it's just like, oh God, you've seen it. You've seen them. Like, I pray that Just Be have never seen our videos, because the out-of-pocket shit that we have done and said, wow. And JO1 is one of them too.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I forgot, in the middle of the stage thing, in the middle of this all in day 3, obviously California was having like their hurricane thing.
Yeah. I love that. Hold up. Can we please pause for a moment, because Carolina's just like, a hurricane thing. You can't just move like that. First of all, I didn't know about this.
We lived in Florida.
Yeah. That's why. The first time I ever visited Florida, there was a hurricane warning, and I was in the bathtub about to cry. But
I was just like, it's not that serious. But anyway,
like, I'm from Washington.
But anyway, so basically, you know, California was having the storm thing, and like, we had no idea until we got there, and people were texting us like, are y'all okay? Because y'all in California. We're like, what's happening in California? Like, it's KCON. Like, you know? Like,
my dad called us in the Uber, and I was like, I'm fine. He's like, there's a tropical storm. There's a hurricane coming. And I said, oh, well,
good to know. I'll be here.
Global warming.
Yeah. So anyway, so in the middle of this all, I'm in this crowd, like, obviously, and we get a text that's like, earthquake alert right now. Duck and cover. What the fuck? So literally, I literally looked at it in the middle of this crowd waiting for fucking Shotaro. I looked at it, I looked up, and I literally was like, well, if I'm gonna die, I guess I'm dying at KCON.
I'm gonna
die watching Shotaro.
Yeah, literally. Bro, but dead ass. So everyone's phone went off, right? And we all look at it. Like, okay, so when I left JO1, I was like, okay, I need to get like water. So I went to the cafeteria, I got water. I texted Carolina. I said, do you need anything? She was like, nah, I'm good. I was like, are you sure? Because I can get you something. She was like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm chilling. I got sugar problems, so like my blood sugar drops. So like if I don't drink water or juice, like I'm done for. So I got myself a juice and I got myself a water and I went back in line. I was like, let's do this. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready to stand here for the next 5 hours to see Shotaro. So I get a pretty good spot. Again. I'm like vibing. And it's going to be a great day for me because I'm going to see Just B, which, period.
Yes.
I'm going to see XG, which amazing. And then I'm going to fucking see Shotaro. And so I'm like yelling at these girls because there was a girl in a wheelchair that they weren't letting get through. And I was like, can y'all fucking move? And so I'm like a bodyguard, bitch. I'm pushing people out. I'm like, get out the way.
She ready to body slam people.
I am. I'm like, can y'all not see she's trying to get through? Like, y'all are rude. Anyway, and I sit there the whole day, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The earthquake warning comes in.
Yo, that shit.
Everybody's phone is going off, girl. And because, you know, the warnings, you can't, like, silence them or anything. So when they go off, they go off. Everybody's just assuming it's a hurricane, right? So we're like, ugh. We take our phones out, and everybody around us goes, earthquake?
But it's like nobody did anything. Literally, it's the same in that
They're
pit.
like, bullshit.
In that pit, everybody looked at the thing that says earthquake, duck and cover. Like right now, like it's, and I was just like, I looked up and I'm like, A, I don't feel nothing. But B, if I'm about to die, I guess I'm dying here. Like, there's no way I'm leaving this pit.
And my head went over so many scientific things. I was like, are we not feeling it? Because, you know, there's so many people and there's so much, like, sound. So we're not feeling, like, we're feeling the waves of sound. So we're not feeling the earthquake. And so my head was going through all these things. And I was just like, well, and then so I open it and I'm like, okay. And then our group chat is going off, right? So they're like, oh my God, it's an earthquake. Are you guys okay? Our friend, yeah, she was like, are y'all okay? And she was like, it was a really big one. And I was like, I didn't feel nothing. I was like, this is my first earthquake experience, y'all. I've never been in an earthquake
California
before. So.
earthquakes are a lot smaller, thank God.
Yeah, well, this one was like a 5, but it was like north, like way north from where we were.
So you guys got like the aftershock. Maybe.
Like, so it was supposed, I guess, but we didn't feel nothing.
LA was only like a 2.5 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I opened up the thing and yeah, I said like 6 or 5.5 earthquake, and I was like, damn, but like this is what people been complaining about. I don't feel nothing.
It's just funny that all the stands there were just like, they accepted it. They're like, well,
we died today.
I'm getting this free merch while I'm at it. Like, but it was just so funny that all of us in that pit were like, well, we're not moving. So we waited here for almost 6 hours. We are not moving.
And anyway, so yeah, the day progresses. Just B goes on. Just B does fucking great, as they should. Ate it up. They performed a new song from their new album, which was amazing.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. It comes out October.
Everybody was eating up Jimin. That whole weekend, everybody was like, who's that? Who's that man? Who's that man?
Yeah,
Who's that man?
everybody was
Who's that
looking
man?
They were perceiving Jimin
Very much.
hard.
Don't look at gold.
Anyway, but they were eating up Jimin. Let me tell you they were like, who is that large man? And I was like, oh, that's Jimin. And you know me, I will throw Jimin to the wolves if that means that nobody looks at go to a Bane. And so I was like, oh yeah, that's Jimin. I was like, that one, that's Jimin. Even if they weren't pointing at Jimin, I was like, oh, but Jimin, that's Jimin right there. Y'all see Jimin? Yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy.
And they did so well.
I was screaming my ass off. I was having the time of my life. Everybody around me was like, damn, bitch, calm down. I was like, do not perceive me right now. I'm having my moment. I'm having my moment with Just B.
Like, leave me alone.
I was completely satisfied. I said, if I die right now from this earthquake, I'm satisfied with my life.
Like, it's fine. I'll go happy.
Yep. And then next was XG. And let me tell you, the girlies ate it up. And the crowd for them was fucking crazy. They showed it on the screen, like the way it like extended out into the convention. Girl, there was people at the Star Square looking at the XG stage. I said, how do y'all even seeing this?
They, again, the charisma, the everything, when they did the everything I do it, people were going crazy. But yeah, and then after that, Rise, my God, Shotaro in the flesh. I was so about it. I love him. Seeing Sungchan as well, seeing all of them. Also, Shotaro leader man, love that. Everything about it was incredible. Like, after I left that pit, I was just like, I'm dehydrated. I need food, and my feet and ankles are swollen. But you know what? It was worth it.
But let me say again, Rise, wow, they did so well, and they were like, I know they were like overwhelmed because they did not think that they were about to get the turnout that they got. Because when I tell you, because they came out and started with Siren immediately, and when I tell you, everybody was singing that song lick for lick, word for word, and they were like, what is going on? and they were just eating it up, whatever. They did their little game where they did like the zoom in, which was low-key. KCON, that was kind of weird. But anyway, okay, and so they're like, oh yeah, my jawline, my lips are pretty, I got squishy cheeks. And everybody, Shotaro, like, as soon as Shotaro was, like, announced, everybody lost their fucking mind. And I said, as they fucking should.
Yeah.
As they
That's
fucking
Shotaro,
should.
baby.
And so they're losing it. And then there was the tiny little baby Anton, and he was the only one that speaks English, so he was doing most of the talking, but his voice is so soft that you could barely hear anything that you were saying.
But also, he was having mic problems, so we only heard him in the front because we were near. But you could tell that his mic was not like working properly.
Was not miking.
So exactly, but they did so well. And then obviously, like they performed also at the concert, and that day 3 concert, baby. Day 3 concert, baby. Oh my God.
You already know who was who was performing on
Yo,
day 3.
about day 3, cause
The concert, Stray Kids.
Woo!
God,
I will listen.
Stray Kids.
I will go to the grave with saying that was the best KCON night I have ever been to.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because last year we had Stray Kids and ATs on the same night, but there was something about the fucking electricity.
Yes.
The fucking vibe.
The aura,
yes.
the energy.
The energy was unfucking believable. And it just made you fucking excited to be there. And I was just like, I was eating it up. Like, it was JO1. JO1 did a 17 cover, which was amazing.
Yes. So
The
good.
fucking boys were there. Like, Sunu was showing off abs, and like, it was wild. Like, the vibes were just unbelievable. It was Eric's first time ever performing in LA, and if y'all don't know, Eric from The Boys is from LA. So it was his first time ever performing there, so he was just so fucking happy. And then Just Beef performed, which was amazing, and then Rise performed, and Suhi cried, and I was like, oh my God, don't cry. Make me cry.
He got so emo talking. Like, he was like, oh my God. You got Everglow. You had Lapillus.
I never in my life thought I was going to see La Di Da live. And there it was in front of my face in all its glory. And I was literally shaking. I was like, oh my God. Everglow was in front of me. And Aisha, listen, if I was a man anywhere near
I would not
her,
leave her alone.
if I was an idol, I would be all over her all the time. She would be so fucking sick of me. She is so fucking hot. I was just like,
in that outfit they put her in, she looked so good. She looked incredible.
My God. Like, you would never hear the end of me. Like, you would never hear the end of me.
So, like, where Kat and I were sitting, like, that's the section, like, all of them, like, came up to, like, talk and shit. So,
everybody
literally, y'all can already tell what, like, so the boys came over there, like, you know, the G Idol girlies, like, Stray Kids. I was having a meltdown. I knew that Stray Kids was gonna perform, but when they, again, that video is on the internet right now, but you can see, like, I fucking lost it. I was like, so chambin. Like, and the stylist loves me because the way that outfit looks so good on him. He looks so good.
Okay, so before we get into Stray Kids, let me just say that ITZY and G Idol, wow.
G Idol, I was just like, listen, I'm with it. I get it. Like,
what did they perform?
They did Queen Card and In My Bag.
Of course.
Yep, and Tomboy.
And Tomboy, yep.
I would have lost it during Queen Card, though.
Yes.
Immediately.
Oh, girl, the whole arena.
Queen Card.
The whole arena. I literally was just like, is Changbin gonna come out and do the challenge? I need him to do it again. Like, I need that.
We're talking about G Idol.
I know. I'm sorry. All I could think about day 3 was Stray Kids, my man. Like,
my man.
That's it. That's all I could think about. And they delivered, bro. They fucking delivered. The way that when KCON started and Bangchan came out, because he was the special MC for that, girl,
was he? Of course.
the screeches for this man. It was crazy.
Christopher.
Rabid dogs. That's
No, dead ass.
Like, it was just so fucking good.
Everyone just starts
Let
barking.
me just also, like, say that the day, like, getting to the concert was so chaotic because, let me tell you, there was a downpour outside, bro. It was raining. It was raining.
But it was just crazy trying to get in, and then, you know, because it's raining, so a lot of people went straight from the convention to the venue instead of how usually some people, like, leisure around and then they go later. So, so they were trying to get everybody in there, but it was just, like, everybody, the amount of stays, the amount of stays that were there, it was great.
Yeah.
I loved it. Again, Stray Kids just threw it out the fucking window. Oh, so freaking good. They're so good. And in the middle of it all, because we were in that section, you know, they went into the crowd. Let me tell you, I was so hyper focused on my man Changbin. That cat was like, they're coming up here. And I was like,
Girl,
what?
okay, so let me explain something to y'all. So during the whole set, like, we're dying. We're vibing. Stray Kids is eating it up, right? They are feeling themselves. God. The songs they're performing, God tier, amazing.
It's like they did like S-Class, they did District 9 because they did.
Oh my God, District 9.
Yes,
they did Super
God's
Bowl,
Menu.
God's Menu, right? And then they're doing the final song. Which is Top Line, okay? And we hear the din, 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 and I was like losing I was like, no fucking way they're about to do Top Line. And so they're doing Top Line.
I think there's a video out there of when they did Super Bowl though, because I was not expecting that. And I
recorded Carolina listening to Super Bowl because she was having the fucking time of her life. Anyway, and so Top Line is starting, right? Changbin is on the other side of the stage, but my eyes are directly at Lino and Felix, who are coming down the stairs, and security is in our section, like making sure people don't go into the stairwell area. And I see Lino and Felix, and I'm like, oh my God. And Carolina's just like looking at Changbin, and she's like, yeah, Top. I was like, Carolina, and I'm like beating the shit out. I was like, Carolina, they're coming. I was like, Carolina, woman. And she's like, what? I was like, they're right there. And lo and behold, there's Lino. He's walking up. And then I see blue hair, and I'm like, holy fucking shit. Felix is literally 5 feet away from us. And I'm like, yes. And so I'm like hitting her, and she's like, oh my God. And then she finally realizes when Changbin is coming towards our section. And so Changbin is coming towards our section. I'm like, oh my God, Lino's right there. God. Felix is right there. Changbin is coming. And then on top of it all, Hyunjin is making his way to our section. And I said, yes. Oh my God, my literal line. Like, my line is right here. Like, my Stray Kids bias line is in front of me right now. They're here. They're jamming. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Should I be recording? And I was like, just like, fuck it. I was like, okay, I recorded like 2 videos of like Felix because he's all I could see because everybody's recording, right? And we're like in the middle of the aisle in the row. And so we're like, I was like, fuck it. And then we're singing, right? And then the part goes, you know, where we don't give a fuck. And like, everybody's like, we don't give a fuck. And all the Stray Kids are like, yeah.
So from the other side, so Bangchan went up a different section, and he was just there, and he was just like, cause we don't give up, and then like put the mic for the people, so everybody was just like, fuck, and he was so happy. He's like, was so happy. And then for the second one, so first of all, I have a mental breakdown because Changbin is right there. I'm literally like, my man is right there. Like, it took everything in me not to push the bitches next to me to fucking get to the end. I was just like, calm down, be civilized. Okay, anyways. So when they left our area and went back down, Sungmin came up after. And again, during cause we don't give up. And then everybody just said, fuck. And then he literally did the like, okay sign. He was like, good job. Like, you can just tell that they love this shit.
Bro.
Also, fucking Han, Ji-sung. Yes, Ji-sung. We all know what you did. Because during Super Bowl, he didn't say our dish is so bussin'. No, baby. He said our shit so bussin'. And he had this like shit eating grin on his face while he did it. And I said, you know what? Yes, Stray Kids. Thank you. And the thing is that I feel like I've said it in the podcast before that I was like, the day that I see Super Bowl live, I'm gonna fucking lose my. I did.
I literally. She's like. If y'all have ever seen like little kids at like NFL games or stuff, you know, when that shit goes viral when they're like punching the air, that was Carolina. She's like, finger licking, licking up the Super Bowl, Michelin.
Yo, I was sweating after their set, bro. Like, literally, I had sweat on my forehead after that song.
It was like Carolina.
Because I was going that
Carolina
hard.
was like a mixture of like a raver and a K-pop stan all in one that night, and her body did not know what to do.
That's Stray Kids. That's
and then so she was just punching the air. She was like finger licking. Yeah, we're cooking
of course.
At one point, I had to just look. I started recording. I'm like, I can't do it. I was like, can you record? And she's like, me? You want me to record? And I was like, just try.
Because girl, it
was so great. Like day 3 was out of like again comparing it to last year where we had ATs and Stray Kids on the same day. Like this was just outstanding. Like, you can tell, at least for Stray Kids, like, they were having so much fun. Like, they were just being with the crowd. Like, Hyunjin literally,
he was
like,
in the
went into
crowd.
this little...
He was, like, all over
He was
everybody.
in the crowd.
What I think made this so, like, apart from having, like, Stray Kids and ATEEZ on the same day, what I think the energies were different is because you only had the one fandom. So, like, it was, like,
That's true.
pure, like, all the energy was for ATEEZ or all the energy was for Stray Kids. Like, there was not, like, a mixture. So it was like, oh, some ATEEZ are not Stray Kids fans and some Stray Kids are not ATEEZ fans. Right? No, it was just all the energy was for ATEEZ. All the energy was for Stray Kids. So I think it just, like, accelerated the, like, energy in the room. And not saying ATEEZ didn't go out, because they, bitch, when they first came out, my ears were ringing. Ringing. But I felt like energy wise, like jamming out with
Stray Kids, like,
night
literally,
three,
because they were, like, in the crowd and shit.
Literally, night 3 was just like the energy of just, like, a party. Like, it was a party vibe. Whereas with like ATEEZ, it was very like, oh my god, it's ATEEZ. With Stray Kids, it was like, hey, yeah.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love
it
that.
was crazy. The energy that night was insanity.
And fucking Chris tried to rizz us up again. He was just like, oh, it's so hot in here. And we're like, woo. And then he's like, it's because you guys are here. I'm like, shut up.
I'd be like, boo, tomato. Say it to my face.
Listen, and then Sunday night was wild for me because Sunu, like, got naked. He was in a ball cap. He lifted his shirt up. I lost my literal fucking mind. I said, wow, I love when my men are whores. I just love it so much.
Wasn't it like the debut of the Passion Fruit unit to, like, performing? It was so good. Also, like, shout out to Lily because she was living her best life on the pit. We saw her running around.
Girl,
like we
I just
do every
love
year.
watching Lily because she has, like, her little moon headband on and all you just see is it bouncing around everywhere.
Because she's just running everywhere.
Yep, I love
but
it.
It's so cute. Like, she was having, like, the best time ever. And I guess, like, Kevin and
we're
one
right
of the other
behind her.
members
Yep.
were behind her.
Aww.
So it was so funny. Because she didn't know until, like, later. But, like, still. But yeah, day 3 was out of control.
Unbelievable.
Did we go through the hurricane, the false earthquake?
Yep.
If we were gonna go through some shit, good thing we were at KCON. That was a good way to go through it.
That's the way you go out.
Basically. But yeah, no, KCON was incredible this year. We had so much fun. Like, all of the freebies, all of the, like, good people that we met, like, all of the good activities that were there. Like, it was just so interactive. The concerts, obviously, out of this world. The fact that they even had, you know, like, the outside stage thing. It was just so much. Like, KCON has grown so much.
And it's just fun every year. KCON's just a great fucking time.
And, like, I get it. Like, it can be stressful, especially, you know, if you have, like, your meet and greets and the things that you want to do. But, like, if you go into it with, like, okay, well, obviously I paid for my meet and greets. I'm going to go to those. But, like, everything else, you kind of, like, play by ear and just, like, you know, like, think. Because you don't know. Like, maybe you have something scheduled at 2, but then all of a sudden at 1:30, like, one of the other groups just shows up in front of you, like, in the convention and stuff. Like, it's like, you don't know what to expect. So KCON was good. Like, this year, and every year I will be there. I fucking love KCON.
Every year I will be there.
I wish I could have been there, but I was there virtually, like I said, shout out to Kat. And honestly, it just looked like a lit time besides the, you know, you guys being tired.
It's fine. Like, it's worth it.
It was always worth it. Catch me at the UK one. Just kidding. Or am I? No.
There's a UK in KCON.
I'm only saying that because people, you know, only B. We're always like, is Just B gonna be there?
Like, I should be in Toronto right now.
Exactly. I know. Come to Vancouver, you cowards. Again. And or Seattle.
So anyways, KCON was incredible. Shout out to the staff and, like, everybody there, because I just know that they stress 24/7. And like,
y'all did a great job. It was a great time.
Doing a great job. Like, that, it was so much fun.
Ooh, put us on the board. We got it.
Yeah. Like, it was so good. I literally can't wait for next year.
Also, everybody get ready for our content. We have some coming out. It's gonna be a great time. Some TikToks, some YouTubes, things, you know, how we do every KCON season. So get ready.
Exactly. I tell this to anybody. If you are able to go to KCON, just go.
Go. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You will always have a good time, even if you don't have, like, all of the things. Like, the one time I've gone so far, and I didn't have, like, meet and greets or anything like that, I still had a great old time. And I got so much bang out of my buck. Like, are you kidding me? And random things were just occur. So it was always a good time.
Yeah, and it's like an annual friend meetup. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw so many people that I only see once a year
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we just see each other at
Because
KCON.
it's like it's the meetup spot. Like
Mhm.
it's
like
like
summer
summer
camp.
camp. Summer camp.
Yeah.
It's like K-pop summer camp.
Yeah.
If you have mutuals or like friends that are into K-pop, you're just like, are you going to KCON?
Yep. That's
Literally.
the move. That's the move. It's like, oh, you're gonna be there? Okay, cool. I met so many cool people there too. Like it was. I met somebody that like I follow. Like we were mutuals on our trading account.
Aw.
And yeah, and she's like a Taemin stan. And when I was getting all the photo cards thing, I pulled a Taemin, and I was just like, oh, like I'll just sell it to you, and come to find out it was an exclusive from their Japanese tour.
Ooh.
So I was just like, girl, yeah,
Oh,
Love
get
that
it.
for her.
Yeah, girl, I got some great goodies.
I
Great
know.
goodies.
Carolina's luck, which I already knew because the stars were aligning for her for like the whole weekend, and Tarika too. Honestly, that's probably why like all like the good luck were there. Kat, like you still had a great time because you are you, duh. But yeah, I already knew.
I made my own look.
Yep, exactly. I already knew that the Libras were going to be with the luck.
Well, the whole weekend was like, today was a good weekend.
Oh my god, when they came back, it was so funny. The next day, I went into Carolina's room. She was dead,
Oh yeah,
absolutely dead, which
bitch.
I figured.
I don't know how I'm surviving right
Yeah,
now.
I don't know.
I've been at work nonstop since I got
Adrenaline.
back.
that's it. That's
My
all
biggest
it is.
regret of this weekend was not taking a direct flight home because I was like napping, but I wanted to sleep more on the
Yeah.
plane.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had an amazing time. KCON 2023. Can't wait for KCON 24. We're ready already. But stay tuned. Yeah, this is like our special KCON episode. We will be back to our regular program schedule. With
which
your
is still chaos.
which is still chaotic, but with our updates and stuff next week. So yeah, that's when we'll be talking about Lucy and everything that we've missed in the past like weeks.
And all the K-pop news.
Yes, because if you were like us, you like there's like a week before KCON that you're just prepping for KCON, and then obviously then it's KCON week. You're not paying attention to nothing else. It's just KCON.
And then you're trying to catch up on sleep and surviving
Exactly.
after your body's like, whoa, we need to recuperate.
Yep, like that was too much. Seeing Changbin that close, I was just like, oh, baby, you're right. Like I've never been close
Like
to
we
him.
haven't
Yeah, I know. Like you haven't met him and forgot. But we digress.
It'd be like that.
Yes, our shit's so bussin'. Finger licking, yeah, we cooking up a Super Bowl. Yeah, so whether you are staying or 18ing or only being, make sure you always
Fangirl on.